Hello, Tilly. Now, I have no idea if you're able to hear me or not. However, I am going to talk over it, and if there is no voice in what I'm recording, I will do a voiceover later. So, first of all, we're going to look at what does 3/7 mean? Well, 3/7 means we split something into 7 parts. Okay? And that will give you 1/7. Okay? And then we want 3 of them. So whatever that answer is, we're then going to multiply it by 3. Okay? So I don't know if it's a calculator paper or not. So let's just assume it's a non-calculator paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 9.17 divided by 7. Okay, so how many 9s are there in 9? Sorry, how many 7s are there in 9? 1, remainder 2. Now make sure you line up your decimal point there. How many 7s are there in 21? Or 21 divided by 7, saying the same thing. That's 3, no remainder. And then how many 7s are there in 7? There are 1. Okay, so that means that 1/7 of 9.17 kilometres is equal to 1.31 kilometres. Okay, but we need 3/7. So if 1/7 is 1.31 kilometres, 3/7 will be 3 lots of this. So, I'm just going to write down 3 times 1.31 kilometres. So we're showing examiner, right, I know that's what I need to do. Again, assuming it's a non-calculator paper. If it's not, use your calculator. We're going to do the multiplication. So 3 lots of 1 is 3. 3 lots of 3, 9, decimal point. 3 lots of 1 is 3. So I've just stuck the decimal point in between when I multiplied the 3, which is 3/10, and then the whole number, the 1. So that's where the decimal point is, isn't it? Between the whole number and the tenths. So 3/7 is 3.93. Now, what units is that in? Well, the original amount was given in kilometres. So every calculation we've done is in kilometres. So that number is in kilometres. The answer, it's asked you to put it in terms of metres. So, well, 3.9 kilometres, 3.93 kilometres. Well, what is the conversion between, let me move that slightly there. So what's the conversion between kilometres and metres? Well, we know that 1 kilometre, remember we talked about that kilo. Kilo means 1,000. So kilometre means it's 1,000 metres. So 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres. So to go from kilometres to metres, look at the numbers, we've gone from 1 to 1,000. So that means we multiply by 1,000. So therefore, 3.93 kilometres is equal to, well, how is that in metres? We multiply that by 1,000. If you can't remember, or you need a reminder, let's just do it now. So I'm going to do units. We've got 3.93. So I'm just going to do a quick place value grid. Remember, you can do this in an exam, right? All you've got to do is just remember the thousandths, 10,000ths. I can't remember how many we need. So I'm going to do is 3.93 kilometres. And to multiply by 1,000, we are going to be, so I don't know why I've changed the pen there. So to multiply by 1,000, that means we move the digits that way. How many zeros have we got here? 1, 2, 3. So every one of these digits gets shifted to the left. Remember that little dance? You can't see me on camera. So we're going to move every digit 3 that way. So in our answer, which I'm going to put in between these two lines here, that is going to move to the 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns. So that 3 comes from units to thousands. And then what we do is just make sure that every digit that is after that 3 gets put in the columns after it. So all we're doing is we're like shifting it 3 spaces that way. Now we've got units here, which hasn't got anything in. So we put a 0 in there as a placeholder. So therefore we can say, to summarise, 3/7 of 9.17 kilometres is equal to 3,930 metres. There you go. I'm hoping that worked okay.